Yes, Miss Daisy, we talk about technology and how important technology is, but sometimes the technology don't work the way we want it to work, or there you say
Little,
hitches, no?
I just say hitches.
Hitches. Well,
Yes.
we had a little hitch a while ago. I want to apologize to our viewers
For streaming,
because the
yes.
technology didn't work. But we're talking about this very, very important matter of the social security of the workers of the tourism industry in particular at this time. And so, we said that we have all these wonderful people who some of them have worked for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and when we check out, they have nothing to fall back on. And, it began about 2009-ish, when 2008, 9, when we went to the airport, as we do, every start of the winter season, and we have breakfast with the workers there, the immigration, customs,
Red cap.
red cap, and all this. And we saw this particular red cap man who was quite elderly, and he was still pushing, the trolley with this high
Suitcases.
stacked up and thing. And I called him and I said, "Tell me, how old are you?" He said, 78. I said, "Why are you still doing this?" He said, "Well, I have to, because if I don't, I won't have anything to eat when I go home." I said, "Oh my God, something is wrong with that picture. We gotta change it." And that's when I called PS, and my PS, Miss Jennifer.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Miss
Yes.
Jennifer,
Oh yes.
right? And
Oh
I
yes.
called Miss Jennifer and I said, "Jennifer, we have to do something about this." And so in the very next budget speech that I made, I said, we are going to have a pension plan for the workers of the tourism industry. And so, that idea started then, and we started to work on it. And then we started to do a little sensitization. But that's before you come in, Miss Daisy.
Oh yes. Many years
And,
before I
and
got
we
in.
never even had Cheryl either.
It's Cheryl, wasn't
Cheryl,
there
the
then?
lawyer, she wasn't even there. Lawyer Cheryl, you are here?
Sure.
Let-
2008 you weren't here, right?
Miss Cheryl wasn't with us yet.
Okay.
But neither you.
No.
And you know how life goes. We pass through phases.
Yes.
So me went into something we call the sabbatical for a few years.
Okay.
And
All
that's
right.
when you come in, and
Yes.
and that gentleman named Mr. McNeil, you know him?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
he was
came
minister
into-
then.
Yes, he was the minister at that time.
Yeah.
And he came in and continued the work.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that I come back.
Yes.
Yes.
And you
Take
just
up back my
picked up
work
and moved on.
and move on. So it's out of that. And I want Miss Daisy to tell us a little bit. Miss Daisy, how you work out the figures to make sure that this pension plan we're talking about for all the workers,
Not some, not certain.
not certain type of worker, not the ones that only work at the hotel,
Yeah, but
like the front desk people and food and beverage and the housekeeping and so. No, not just them. But you see, like if you're a raftsman and the Rio Grande or
yes. Or in entertainment.
or Martha Bray,
Yes.
or you entertainment and you're a DJ and so on and so forth in the industry.
Yes. Or people who sell the crafts.
Yes, the
Craft
craft people.
vendors, yes.
Yes. And then now the attractions, no?
Yes.
The
Yes.
people them who work at Chuck and Dolphin Cove and Lord, we not call any more name because
No,
we
you-
might go leave out
No,
one
but
and
you
then
have
go-
to, but you have to say Dungeon Falls.
Duns River Falls,
That's,
yes,
that's
yes.
a landmark
All right.
thing for
So
people.
all of those workers too. And then now, the the courtesy corps people.
Yes, those
Yes,
two.
those two very
are-
important.
That's tourism
and then
too.
guess who? Transportation. Very important people. Jude, Jade, Cal, Maxi. Lord, this stop now. Because a whole heap of them.
But
Yeah.
all of those who have been working in tourism and are going to continue working in tourism
Yes.
because it's an Asian industry and it has a grand future.
Grand future. And
Yeah.
so we say, all right, how do we craft something that cover all of those category of people, right? And also involve the employers.
Yes.
Yes, so tell me how legally, Miss Sherry, tell us how you got all the. So, Michelle, you. All right.
Well,
all right.
So
Go on,
we
Miss
start.
Daisy, because Michelle
We had
wants
to
talk to us.
Michelle
social media.
Nastasia, she's our attorney. After a lot of discussion, we thought of the idea of getting a law to establish a pension scheme and ensure that this pension scheme fits the landscape that you have just described. All these workers, many of them, as you say, you see in specialized sections, subsectors, subsector of the tourism, the whole tourism landscape, scattered across the country, throughout. How do we get them in? And various types of employment arrangements. Because we have self-employed people. Some of our self-employed people themselves employ people in the tourism sector, right? And then we have employers who have clearly employees, and this is about our employees and our employed persons coming up with a vehicle that is going to allow them in their working years to save specifically towards income in their retirement years. So the gentleman you talked about...
I want you to tell them a little closer about this thing about the saving part.
Okay.
Because you see, the average worker who feel him don't get big pay, thinks that him can't save because him don't get enough. So tell us a little more, Miss Daisy, about how this saving thing go, and to make sure that even the guy who is cutting the grass in the hotel can save something.
Can save something.
All right, tell us about it.
A way I like to describe it is, when I'm at the meetings talking to the audience that we are interested in, who we're planning this coverage for, I usually say, how much do you spend for a phone card? And they usually smile, because this scheme requires every member, every employee, every self-employed person to pay in the first 3 years 3% of their earnings.
3%.
So if they're earning $10,000 a week, let's take an easy number to use.
Let's go lower than that.
Go to
let's
five?
Go to 5.
All right. So
5 is about what?
All right. If they're earning $5,000 a week, it means we're saying $150 a week you are going to have to agree to be deducted from your wage, put into this pension scheme
so when
for you.
150, how much leave?
Out of the 5,000, 4,000, how much? 850.
You see how much you have left?
Something like that.
Right. So it's just a little bit.
It's a little piece.
150 in that instance.
In that
you understand me?
It is a phone card away.
It is a phone card away.
Okay. So we're taking away one phone card. Not a phone card every day, One phone card per week.
A week, yes.
Okay. And then now that will be matched by a mandatory contribution of the same.
Mandatory
means must happen. Mandatory means it must happen. It's compulsory. The employer must pay. I'm matching $150 to your $150 if you are an employed person.
So it means now that you're saving,
and this
is going
gets
to have $300
a week for the time that you're working until you're 65.
Right. And that time starts when you're age 18, right?
It can start at age 18
right.
or whatever age you are now, because we're hoping to start this scheme January of next year. We're hoping for January. We're planning for January. We're trying for January.
Everything.
And Cheryl isn't hearing. The lawyer is hearing.
But she's not talking to social media because she's shy.
Well,
but she's
the
working
door.
with
She's the door
the
of that
legal
part
team to make sure that come January of 2020
we start the scheme. Okay. So this contribution which the employee pays, the self-employed person pays, the employer pays, goes in an account, and all these accounts are combined, so we have a big fund. When you have a big fund, two things happen. You are better able to take advantage of investments. When I put my money in a savings account nowadays, at the end of the year, when the bank enters the interest, I don't see it.
True.
Because
So
interest
small
rates are low.
interest rate, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that there are other investments besides the savings account. And so we pool all this money together, and the investment return, which we usually call interest, the investment return gets shared among all the contributors in the plan, and it gets added to your account. When you get...
And you grow, your account grow on that.
Every year. Every year, interest goes in.
Yes.
Every year, more contributions go in.
So tell us now, because man say, I have money, but I want to make sure I protect it. So what you're doing to protect the saving money that the little worker
puts in the fund? Okay. What the law requires us to do, and what is going to happen, is that we are going to have an investment manager who is registered with the Financial Services Commission, who is registered to invest pension fund monies.
And this Financial Service Commission
is the
people
thing.
now,
Who are they?
And yes.
Okay.
This and is how we know that they're not general.
No. They're not general. They can't be general. No. Right. This actually, the Financial Services Commission was born after we had the hard times in the 80s,
yes.
right? And remember, we had a thing called FinSac, and remember, the wonderful thing that happened to us was that, in fact, pension fund savings were not lost, because pension fund savings they could get their hands on it to make sure they were protected, right. And that did happen.
And that's what the FSC is.
And the FSC now,
service people, that's what they do.
Their job is to ensure that pension funds are protected, that they are wisely invested, and they have the responsibility. They are called regulator.
Yes.
They have the responsibility of regulating pension funds. Right now, they regulate all the pension funds in Jamaica that are approved, which is 90-something% of them. You probably find about 3% that are not approved. All your friends.
One more thing, though, okay? You know, we're very suspicious about everything, especially when government. So government will have anything to do with the money and.
No. The investment of the pension fund is not a government affair.
Right.
It's a private sector affair. Yes. There is no
so
government.
No minister can take away your money, and
not even you.
No consult fund can trouble your money.
It's not in the consolidated fund. Okay. It's the contributions and the returns are going to be in this fund that belongs to the Tourism Workers Pension Scheme alone. And it's going to be entirely for the benefit of the tourism workers who are members and their beneficiaries.
Thank you. About beneficiary now. So it means that me can give it to my grandson and my granddaughter.
It means that if you die before you get to retirement age, your account, your savings account, your retirement savings account, that's what we call it, the money in that is going to go to the people you name.
Right.
You name, you the member.
You can name a granny.
You can name your picnic, or your girlfriend, or your baby mother, or the baby father, or a sick sister, or anybody like that to be the beneficiary if you happen to die before you start getting your pension. So the contributor knows that whatever happens, either he is going to get his pension, or somebody for him is going to get his money if he drops dead before he gets the age.
So we encourage them once you join up now
to name a beneficiary.
Yes.
You can
put
name
somebody.
Put somebody.
You can change the person.
You can change the name, and it can be more than one name. But if you put more than one name, make sure you say what portion.
Meaning amount. What amount?
But like you say, half, or quarter, or 1/3, or 10%. And it's your decision as a contributor, and you can change your mind as circumstances change and your dependents change, right? It's your decision, so you will have to nominate your beneficiary, and you can change. The main point is you can change your beneficiary anytime. Anytime, you can do that.
All right. So now, Miss Daisy, we talk about how you save, how you secure your saving, the mechanisms that we use to control that. But we need also to tell the workers who going to manage it and how we going to manage and what is their
Okay.
role? Do they participate in that management? Do we set up a trust fund, or is it a set of trustees, or who are the people who are going to be helping to manage
the
it?
people
now
who
for
are
the
going to
church?
manage the fund, first of all, there are trustees who are appointed. That's the only thing the minister has left to do.
So minister have something now to do.
Just to appoint the
So
first set of trustees.
Tell the people what the last
The
thing the minister going to do.
After he appoints the
After he
trustees,
appoint the trustees.
he's going to move back and let the trustees do the work.
That's correct.
So the trustees
No
are the,
ministerial interference and all that.
but the law doesn't allow
So
you to do
if
that.
any party come afterwards and say, boy, I mean, I like this, it can't work.
No, that's not how trustees.
Right.
That's not how
no,
trustee
no
funds.
party can manage that business.
No,
and
that's not
trouble
it.
them.
No.
No
This-
government minister or anybody afterwards can come and
Remember-
harass and handle them business badly.
Remember that, minister.
I just wanted to
Just
tell
listen.
everybody.
I
you
know,
that
but listen now.
Minister Dunn.
Pension funds exist now, you know.
Yes.
Nobody can trouble them, you know, because they are trust funds. Nobody can trouble them right now, you know. Right now.
That's right.
Okay? There are many pension funds in the country. It's the trustees who manage them. They employ persons to invest the money, and they employ a company to do the administration. Now, our people should be interested to hear the administration is the most important part, because that the administrator is the person that's going to record your contributions all the time from now till you reach retirement age.
So
you know,
mean the first day.
from the
you
first
put
contribution you put
your
in,
little money,
your name
it's-
is there with your number
And
and
the
your sex
administrator is
and when you're
recording
born,
every
and it's
day.
recorded that you pay that money
And
when,
how much.
because it gets interest as it grows. And as more contributions get added on, your account grows. The administrator has to keep track of that. The investment manager now invests the money. Now clearly those two have to talk to each other. But one is doing the administration so that
So who going to pick the investment manager? Because
the trustees.
No
The
one
trustee.
nobody come and say,
No.
friend and you.
No, but it can't be a friend and friend business.
Okay, no friend and friend, not in it.
No, because the investment manager has to have special skills
Yes.
in investing pension funds,
Right.
which is a very specialized investment exercise.
You have to qualify.
He has to qualify
you
and
must
be
have
registered.
certificate to show them qualified.
And he has to have a track record.
And a track record.
Because the trustees, I don't expect the trustees are going to take somebody who doesn't have a track record.
So you mean by track record that he must prove that he was successful in doing these things
For other
for
funds,
other people
for other
and for
fu-
other
and for
pension
large
arrangements.
funds, and for
And
large
large
funds.
funds, exactly.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be qualifying to doing ours because our fund is about to be big, you know. Because the people we are
We
planning
don't talk about
for.
the size yet. We soon get to the size.
No, but
We
it
just
has
want
to
to
be
make
biggest
sure,
plenty
Miss
people.
Daisy,
Mhm.
that the money protected, and I wanted this is the part of the discussion to cover the most naive of us as well as the most suspicious of us. You know, who always see Duppy
Yeah.
behind every closet.
Yeah.
I want them to be clear in their mind that this fund, this money, for your money that is going to go in this, is going to be well protected, well managed, well structured, and safe.
Well, there are two ways we're going to do this, Minister. One, remember we were talking about technology a while ago? Now, we envisage that the administration of the fund is going to be world class. Today's technology. So just like how you can get on now and pay your water bill, your light bill, your phone bill, all of those things in the middle of the night when you have time. By
So you
using your
mean
fingers
on my phone,
on your phone.
For example,
Yeah.
me have a phone, and me is
You have a
doing-
number,
and
yeah.
me is a raftsman,
Mhm.
and me on the Rio Grande in the night,
Yeah.
and my phone light up,
Yeah.
and we can look and see that an entry just make in my account.
Yes,
and-
but I don't think he should do that that time. I think he should concentrate on the raft. I think he should wait till he gets in his
All
bed.
right, instead say, wait until you go.
Wait till you get in bed. But the
that
key is
on
you
the
can-
phone.
on
you
the
can
phone.
have
You
a
sh- yeah,
reading.
yes, you
of
can.
how your
You can
account-
see how your
Very
account is
important.
going,
Very
and that's
important.
very important
Very
because at any time, at your convenience, you should be able to go online and see how your account is doing. That's very important because you're not going to wait until you're 65 to find out what is happening. Now, in addition to your having access online to your account, you are required, the administrator has to give you an annual statement
Yes.
every year. That means once a year, he has to come and report to you on the investment return, how much money got put onto, how much interest was put onto
Right.
your contributions part, how much interest put onto the employer's contribution part, if you're an employed
I
person.
could even see if them never make no money, so I can raise you know what, because to say to the trustees is what kind of fund managers
what
you have
that
here
you get.
who not making any money for me.
Well, the thing about
No?
it is,
Don't we can do that?
yes, you can, but we're not going to get fund managers who make no money for you, because then you could have do that yourself by putting the money under your,
So we
your
said
pillow,
so we said too.
or under your mattress, or
Right.
wherever old time people used to put it.
Right.
And that's not a good place now. Although the interest rates you're getting, people thinking that maybe it was just as good on the mattress, but it's not true.
But these
It's
things
not
happen
safe.
Sometimes you have to remember it run by cycle, not true. So sometimes you don't make none today, but you make plenty tomorrow and the next day.
It should never be a situation in which there's a year in which we make no interest,
You
because
hear-
the
hold
investment
on, you
manager
hear
is in
people-
there for
this
that.
is
There's
the
a reason
word
why we
from-
pay the investment manager.
This is the word from the lady who do all the work to work out the figures for you to tell me how much we're going to have 20 years from now, how much we're going to have 30 years from now. That is what this lady, Miss Daisy, do, you know. Her job with me is to go through and say, all right, if I save $10 a year for the next 50 years, and the interest rate is this, that, how much money we're
is
going to
that.
get?
And
at the end?
then, no.
No, so while we're talking about how much money we're going to get these days, tell us a little something now about what happened if we reach 59 this year, and it's only 5 years leave that we can
Okay.
get, or before we reach
But
65,
65,
because
okay.
65 is retirement, you know, and
Yeah.
you can't go beyond that. So
No, you
tell
can,
me-
you can actually go a little beyond that. You can
All
go up to
right.
70.
You can go up to 70.
But
Good.
65 is the retirement
Is the
age.
retirement.
Yes.
So what happens if me reach 59? Can I still join?
Yes, a person who's 59,
Yes.
when we start the scheme, which we're hoping is January, will join the scheme at 59.
Yes.
At age 65, they'd have had 5 years
Right.
in the scheme. They've been paying over 5 years, and they would be entitled to go on retirement at age
So
65.
me won't get nothing much then, because it's only 5 years me put in.
It's only 5 years, and therefore it won't be that much.
No,
Although, hold on. Although, remember, we're encouraging you to do 2 things. One is to pay continuously. 2 is when you recognize that the thing is really working, to pay some voluntary contributions. We won't talk about that. We talk about the mandatory. Remember, I told you to start at 3%. I didn't tell you it was going up to 5% after 3 years, you know. So it's really, after the first 3 years, it's 5% by the employee and 5% by the employer. My self-employed person must pay 5%. We are encouraging them to pay more because you can pay voluntary. We are also encouraging our employed persons, when they begin to see that the money is going, that they should put in some voluntary.
But listen now, you tell me that, you know. I remember you come to me and you tell me that this 5-year thing for the poor little guy who is 59, it's
not going to give us a large pension.
So when you tell me that, I go to the Prime Minister, I go to Mr. Holness and say, Mr. Holness, this is crazy. Me can't make the worker reach 65, and it's only 5 years, and him get nothing. So Mr. Holness said, what idea you have? And we say, okay, I think if we put some money,
Yeah.
yes,
In the fund.
in the fund
Yes.
from the government,
Yes.
and to start the fund with that money from the government,
Yes.
then how much money you tell me that I should put?
Well, we begged $1 billion.
Of 1 billion.
1 billion.
You hear $1
$1 billion.
So,
And that was based on looking
and you
on the,
squeeze me hard, you know.
yes,
But I give it to you.
Yeah, it
I
will
give you
bring
the $1 billion. So guess what now?
is you
So
give
the
us or the
fund-
Minister of Finance give us? Who
Well,
give
the
us?
Minister of Finance, Mr. Clark, him don't disagree.
All right.
So we work it together.
So we got
Prime
$1 billion.
Minister, Mr. Clark,
Yeah,
and
we
me,
got $1 billion.
we work
Yeah,
it
we
out.
got
Yeah.
$1 billion, which
1
is
billion.
going to be there. And with this billion now, we'll be able to, in fact, we have actually put it in the law that when you get to 65 or 66, 67, up to, you can stay up to 70. When you retire and if your pension, the account that is there for you is going to provide a pension which is less than $200,000 a year. this money is going
No,
to
no,
have
start again. So when we give you the billion, what that tell you now that you're going to do? You're going to make sure that the man who only contributed for 5 years will get how much money? Tell us.
at least $200,000
At
a
least
year.
$200,000
a year.
You don't hear that? Tell me now, which pension plan anywhere in the world you go to that 5 no more years of contribution as a little worker? I mean, I talk about big worker, you know, making
Plenty
million
money,
and
yeah.
3 million and 10 million a year. We're talking a little worker who work $5,000, $3,000 a week and them kind of thing and have a little bit of contribution to make. Not big. $100,
Yeah.
150. And how much you say I'm going to get now?
Then the minimum pension is going to be for that person we just described, who joins on the time we start the scheme, $200,000 a year, at
200,000.
least that.
You hear? At least,
At
you know,
least.
it's not. So the $1 billion that we put then
Is to help us
guarantee
guarantee
you
that we can
the
pay that.
worker who is 59 now and only have 5 years to contribute will get a minimum
Of $200,000 a
year.
year for life,
For life.
starting at age 65.
All right. Well, look here now, Miss Daisy. May have been talking.
Yeah, we should
And
get
people
some
are
questions.
listening. Don't
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, sister, we got some get some
people have
questions.
something to ask them. You know, question. Anybody have question? Let me hear from you. How you think, you know, and how it works, and you know, if me a contract worker, and Miss Daisy, we don't want to answer that ourselves. Let them ask me if me's a contract worker. Oh yeah, somebody asked. Oh, somebody asked if
Okay,
there's contract worker. Miss Daisy, you tell him.
Okay.
Me's politician, and I will say my mouth sweet. So
Yes.
you tell them.
If you're a contract worker, you are a tourism worker. If you're a contract worker in tourism, you're a tourism worker, which means that this pension scheme is for you. So you are going to have to pay the 3% of your wages in the first 3 years, and then 5% from then onwards.
All right. So
That
what
must pay.
So what you're saying, Miss Daisy, that me have a contract. Now, first of all, I start work, and them give me a probation period. I say 3 months or 2 months or whatever. Right? So the day me make a contract, a formal contract with the company, that means employed to you. Boom.
Yeah.
You're eligible now to start to pay.
Yeah.
And when you pay, the company pay too.
Yeah, because you're an
I think
employee.
they want to hear that. I
Yeah,
think
you're an
that's what
employee,
contract worker
a
want to
contract worker, you're paid, you pay, and the company matches your mandatory. So we start at 3%, we move to 5%. Okay? And the 5% is also paid by the employer.
And what happens if me leave after my contract period done and me not have a job with this company anymore? Suppose me get another job over to another tourism company.
Well, this is why the scheme is unique. Because you're a tourism worker. Let's say you go to another company in the tourism sector. You already have your membership. You are working. Your account is there. You are a contributor. You still continue to be a contributor. And if you're in employment, again, it means that your employer also is going to be contributing for you. So your account is still there.
That is the point we want to make sure everybody
Account
understands.
is still
That
there.
the account is there whether you work with Bartlett or Coke
Or Haynes.
or Haynes. Yes.
Or Griffiths.
Or Griffiths. It don't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you have your account there first,
Yeah.
and you move from one employer to another.
Your account is still there.
Your account is still
You still have your account number, your name, your amount of money is in it continues to grow, and you continue to pay contributions that get to that same account. So as you move around the tourism sector, you could move from one sector to another, one subsector to another.
So, for example,
one part of the country to another.
Means a tour operator. But tomorrow now means a transport.
Yeah,
A driver for my own set of car.
exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So we can move on.
You can
and
move on.
Continue to contribute.
And you still
because
will be in the
account
plan.
Is there.
Yes, and it will grow.
Thank you very much.
It will grow. And that's an important point, because this was one of the problems we had to solve. The fact that our workers move around the industry, move around companies, move around sectors of the industry. So that's important. that we preserve the pension rights all the way through across these employers in the member's account. And remember now, the member can check. The member can check to find out that the account is really active.
Which is the important.
Which is the important
There's
thing.
something else that I believe somebody is trying to ask. You say, all right now, so I work here and me leave. Say, them transfer me because me work with one of them companies that have branches and other entities outside of Jamaica. So if I leave here and go work with, let's call the name, say Sandals, because Sandals have hotel all over the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Or Bahia, or any one of the other hotels that have other hotels all over the region. What happened? I join in Jamaica, but me go out and work for 3 years or so and come back. Can I still be contributing to it while I am not here?
No, because you are not a tourism worker in Jamaica.
No, that's important to say. You know.
Yeah, because
but when I
come back, your account is still
it's
there,
still there,
and you resume contributing.
I want you to say that again because that's very important. Because you see, a lot of our workers now go off to work overseas
and return.
then come back.
Yes.
So I want you to understand that once you are a member now, your account is there, it remains intact, interest grow on what you have put so far, and when you come back, you can continue as long as you're working in the sector to contribute, and it continues as though it never stops.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it. That's an important part.
Very important.
So your membership really is preserved when you're not here. You come back and work in the sector. You, in fact, your contributions get added.
So me a foreigner now, but me have a contract to work in Jamaica.
You are a tourism worker in Jamaica.
Yes, but me a foreigner.
Yeah, you
How
join.
about that?
You must join.
I must join.
Yes,
Exactly.
you must join.
And then when I finish and go back, I still have that account here.
And when I get
reach
65, you get your pension.
What a scheme.
Yeah, it is.
You know
It is.
so broad, Miss Daisy.
It was deliberately.
It was deliberately
designed to be broad and to
And
recognize
they tell me,
the
you know,
work.
when I talk about it, them tell me that this is the first one anywhere in the world that no other country have a scheme like this. You understand what I'm saying? No other country in the world. And it covers so many things. So me going to St. Petersburg, Russia, at the UN.
You carry me?
Yeah. I would love to carry you. I would love to carry you. But you know what they're carrying? I'm carrying the pension plan.
Okay.
Because they
you
want,
both off on it,
yes,
right?
they want to hear over there how them can do it too.
Well, you must both off
You know
good
the
enough.
president of Kenya, you know what's here?
Yes, that's it.
Me
That's
and
your
him
visit.
and the minister of tourism from Kenya. Sit down, the minister come here yesterday.
And you were
we
telling him
talk-
about it?
Yes, and I want the plan too for the workers of the tourism industry in Kenya.
Well,
So you see little
Kenya,
Jamaica,
oh yes.
we not so-
Well, they have
we
a
not so
terrific
dumb.
tourism
We not so
industry.
dumb, you know.
Well, never mind. Every now and again you tell her.
But somebody wants to know about tips now, if tips will become part of the pension
pension.
contribution. But Miss Daisy, don't you tell them so them can add?
Yes, they
So,
can. You
so
can
when
do
them get the tip, don't them can add a little more
Yes.
from the tip?
From the tip, you can do voluntary
But suppose
contributions.
them don't get the tip in them hand, and the tip now put on the paycheck.
Well, if it's on the paycheck, we do 3% of the paycheck, 5% of the
3%
paycheck.
of the full paycheck.
Full paycheck at 5%.
The tip is included.
The tip
You
is
hear now?
included.
So don't worry about it as long as, you see there are two opportunities. But Miss Daisy, I can't explain it good like you, you know. So tell me if I'm telling it right. So when the tip comes, you get the tip in your hand, some of you. So you know
When
you
carry
can
home.
add more when you go home with it. You can add more. Not true
Well,
to the 3%.
Yes, but the best way to do it.
Hold on, man.
Go on, all right, go on.
Understand.
All right.
But if the tip now go in a one pool and it put on your
Your
pay at
wages.
the end of the week
yeah.
or month,
Yeah.
the 3% will
could be.
include that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
So the tip is included. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember, you know, the more we save towards our pension, the bigger is going to be the pension. That is the whole point.
Say that again.
And the advantage of saving it by deduction from your salary is that you save it from yourself.
Sure. Yes, because sometimes we have to save.
From yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we self, want to spend it off.
I know.
Go
Before
buy-
time. Say
we,
that,
dreadlocks wig and them something there.
Oh, that's what we buy it on?
We buy all kind of things and we
okay.
call it bling bling. Yes. So we have to save. We sell from ourselves. Yes.
Yes.
And that is why we take the contribution before the money reaches.
Yeah. So that's why it's convenient. You
Yes.
take it out the same time you're getting paid.
Right.
And that's easy to do. And it makes it easy for us to transfer the money to the investment manager.
That's correct.
Because we putting all this together, we transfer it quickly.
Right. Now, Miss Daisy, somebody still don't get it properly about the contract work. You see, so they're asking now to say, all right, we have a 3 to 6 month contract.
Yes.
Right? So how it go? So I have a 3 to 6 month. So does that mean that that is an arrangement I have with the company, and that entitle me immediately to be on the pension
Yes,
plan?
because you're going to
I
be
want
paid.
to say it again. Like
Now,
I'm
the
here.
3 to 6 months
Month,
contract,
yes.
you're on contract.
That's correct.
While you're doing the contract, you are a tourism
Worker.
worker who is getting paid. So, a tourism worker who is getting paid can have his deductions taken out of his pay and sent directly to his pension fund.
So you hear that, member who concerned, and I understand, you ask me all the questions now, you know. When we gone, you start to have question in your head, and then you say, oh God, but minister never respond to that, or minister never say anything, but Miss Daisy never help him out too.
Yes, but we're going to have other opportunities.
Yes,
so don't worry about that. For we're coming. Remember, we're coming back. We're going to come back down where you are.
Making hay while the sun shines.
True.
Right?
Agreed.
So we want you to interact. We want you to ask the questions. And the questions are coming in, How do you join Miss Daisy? That's the next one. How you join? You mean
yes,
all of this stuff that me and you talk
Who
about,
don't
tell
tell
the people how to join.
Oh, well, okay. To join, we'll announce the day when we are beginning, right? And clearly we have to come to where you work or convenient place to where you work to register you, because you are going to have to give us some information about yourself, where you work, who your employer is, right? And that you're in the tourism, what sector you're in, and your name and address, because we need to be able to find you, and you agree for the deduction to come out of your pay if you are if you are an employed person. So you will get an application form that you are going to sign,
Right, but it's
and
not
agree.
complicated.
No, man, it's a simple form. It's a simple
form.
It's a form, and we're not going to dump it on you.
That's
We are going to make sure that at the enrollment, they're there with you, and you are going to understand. I promise you, you are going to understand what to do.
All right. Well, let me tell you what we plan to do now. Miss Daisy won't tell you that. Probably one minister to say. So we're going to employ somebody who we call the tourism pension plan coordinator, who's going to go around to all the hotels and all the attractions and all the everything to tell you more about it and sign you up. It's very important because, you see, your company can sign you up, and the HR manager, we're encouraging the HR manager for every hotel to work with you and sign you up.
Yes, because it's
So
convenient.
Right. So we're going to provide every hotel, every employer with the application forms.
Yes, yes.
And then you fill it out and things.
And we collect them.
And we
collect them quickly.
Right. Now I want to say this, that we have a little more legal something to go through. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Because the GG will soon get the bill from the Senate now to put his assent. You know the word assent meaning
He agrees.
him agree and put in big signature upon it.
And that makes it law.
Right, and that make it law. No. Then Cheryl, Miss Cheryl, you remember Miss Cheryl who too shy to come on social media, the lawyer lady? She know and all of them people from the CPC. CPC.
People draft the laws.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Those illegal draftsmen. Council.
Yes.
Chief Parliamentary Council, right?
Yes.
Council or Commission? Council, right?
They are going to help us now to do something we call the regulation.
Yeah, yeah.
And the regulation is going to tell us how the whole scheme is going to be managed, supervised, and how we're going to function, how
Yeah.
we're going to operationalize. That's a big
Yeah.
word. But how we're going to operate.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
And who we're going to appoint and who's
what-
going to be and what the responsibility them have and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
So the regulations we are now working on, that is going to be ready in time for Parliament when we come back in September.
Yes, we're working on that.
Working on that to make it ready for September. And then once we take that to the House, then now
we can-
Minister doing last week or something, him appoint the trustees
and they set to work.
and set to work.
Yeah.
So
One-
hold on now. We want to talk about how you're trying again because somebody else is
Yeah.
not so sure.
All right.
So Miss Daisy,
All right.
you have the clarity. The minister talk.
Okay, all right, listen now. Listen now. We're not ready for you to join yet. When you are to join, we need you to fill out a form. And on that form, you have to tell us your name, when you were born, whether you're a man or woman. And these things are important. And you're going to tell us who you work with, if you're an employed person, which sector you work in, if you are self-employed. And then you're going to agree for the deduction from your wages for the mandatory, that is the compulsory contributions, right? So now we'll have your name and your employer's name on that, and you're agreeing to deduction. Okay. You will then get a number, because in today's world everything is a number, you know that. Beside your name there's a number which will be
Some
yours
people don't
forever.
like it, though, you know. Some people don't like it. And
You
so-
have both.
Yeah.
You have both.
Yeah.
And remember,
But let them know number is important.
Number is
because
important.
We're not looking at face.
no, we're looking at
We
person.
Not true.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
No nepotism
But
and
not
friend,
only
friend.
that, the number
It's
stay
number.
forever. The
Yeah.
number stay forever. It will be
Yeah.
your membership number forever.
Yes.
And remember, ladies, I always say, remember, when you get married, just add the man's name at the back of yours. Don't take off your father's name, off your name, because we have to keep record of you. Please remember I said that. When you're married, you don't have to put a hyphen on it. Your name James now, and you're married to somebody named Robinson. Just call yourself Mary James Robinson. Don't take off the James.
But
Right?
A lady,
We need to find
a lady
you.
tell me that she did distress because she named White and her husband named Hawk. How it go?
But suppose she didn't name Black. It's her name. It don't matter. It's her name. It don't matter who want laugh. It's her name, and that's the name she got, and that's
Yeah,
hers.
yeah.
I just say keep it, okay? Yes. So joining, you will hear. You will know what you have to do, and basically, it's filling up a form in which you give us information about yourself, and you agree for the deductions to happen to your salary, from your salary, if you're an employed person. Okay?
And let me tell you now, we are going to have teams out there because this is one of the most important
Yeah.
development in the history of the tourism industry. There
Well-
is nothing right now that is more important to us than having this social network, those social security safety net, we call it, that will make the workers of the industry, from whatever category, right, be able to. But Ms. Daisy, somebody just asked me this question and said, suppose me a worker and I don't want to join. What happens?
First to begin, we're going to come and visit you. And when we finish talking to you, you're going to want to join. Believe me. You're going to want to join because it is for you.
Yes.
It is for you. It is
Yes.
for nobody else.
Yes.
It's for your old age benefit.
Yes. So me don't know how you're not going to want to join.
So then you don't want to join and you don't want your employer to contribute for you? I don't believe you.
But we say the law says
Yeah,
anyway, you
must
must join.
It says you must join.
So I wanted that to be
Yeah.
made very clear.
Yeah, it says you must join.
You know,
It
unless,
says that tourism
of
worker
course,
must join. Yeah,
you
the
have
worker
another
lobby.
plan.
Yeah.
If you are in
Another
another
plan.
pension,
Plan.
if you're in another
pension
pension
plan,
then
that's
wonderful.
okay.
Because my job, and I want you to understand this now,
Is to
me
provide
is your
for-
minister, and you listen to me tell you this. Me want you to have security. Full
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
So if you have a security somewhere else that
That's
can
all
make
right.
you get a pension, glory to that. You continue there, sir.
Yes.
But if you don't have anything, this is it. But suppose you have something, but you want to come to this one.
Join.
Yes, join. I just want you to appreciate that. All right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that there's nobody, and when me dead and gone, and that might not be too far, you know, if I can tell, but me's not the maker, so the maker decide how long I'm going to stay. But with the little time that
If you
we
take
have
care of
left,
yourself in the meantime.
you know, the little time we have, we want to make sure that we see that you, the workers,
And it's
who
important.
have done so well for Jamaica tourism. Jamaica tourism doing good, you know.
That's what I hear you tell me all the time.
No, it's true.
I
It's
said
true.
I hear you.
You should see the figures then.
I said I hear
Right.
you.
And when you go Bank of Jamaica and them tell you how much foreign exchange, yes.
That-
and when you go to PIOJ and to
Statin
Statin
and
and
all
them
of them.
show you, know, them doing good. So if the industry is doing good,
The
it
workers,
the workers must get
do-
something.
The
man.
workers
And
must
that
get
is the
something.
point.
And they must get something while they're
That's
working.
the one.
Yeah.
That's
For when they're not working. And that's what this is. Yes. Now, are there any, you think we've had enough questions for one
Well,
day?
I think today we've gone a good way. But we're going to come back, you know.
Oh,
because
yes.
you know me, people say me chat. Not true. So me want to keep chatting. We
It's
want
not
to
you
keep
alone,
chatting
it's not you
about
alone.
This
It's not you
pension
alone.
thing, Miss Daisy, because it
Yes.
is so important
And remember-
to the average little worker in the industry. We
And
don't
re-
get nothing, you know.
Yeah,
So we
remember
have to
now,
take care.
remember now, we are here to answer your questions. Remember, if you send the questions into the site, you will get an answer. And please remember now, talk to your friends about it.
Yeah. So you mean we're going to set up a website?
Well, we
Yeah,
have
we're
to,
going to
have to
set
do
up a
something that people can
tourism
specifically
workers
answer.
pension scheme website,
So that when the
so that
questions come, we can
questions
put
can
them
come
up
in
and
and
put
we
the
can-
answers beside
All
it.
right. So
Yeah.
we're protecting the scheme
Yeah.
by way of the legislative and regulatory arrangement.
Yes.
We're protecting your rights. Yes, by putting also institutional mechanism to support,
Yeah.
so that employers don't take away your money, or them now refuse to pay over.
Yeah.
We're going to see to it that if them don't pay over, the law is there that going to charge them.
Yeah,
We're
there are
going to take them to
penalties.
court and
There are penalties.
for
There are
it, right?
penalties
So
for
all
that.
of that is there,
Yeah.
and we want you to know that this is your moment, workers. This
Yeah.
is your time to protect your future and also to secure your families.
Yes. Yeah. You know, tell them thanks.
Well, thank you, team. Miss Daisy,
Yeah.
I appreciate what you just do, you know.
Well,
And Miss Cheryl, who refused to come on social media, shy.
And-
But she's a lawyer and she
and-
work, you know.
and-
So I want to tell her thanks.
and thanks the audience
and you
who
know,
came in.
somebody who can't come on this because she's out there holding the ministry for me.
PS.
Yeah, yes. Miss Jennifer. Yes. And then I want to thank also the people from the Attorney General's Department, you know, Miss
Yes.
Mallow Fort and Artibula.
Yes.
Yes, them work hard on it. And
Yeah,
the
they did work very
CPC,
hard. They worked some late
and
nights.
drafts persons.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah.
And some ladies at OPM who spend, you remember the
Yeah,
night?
oh, yes.
3 nights straight.
Yes. Yeah.
FSC.
To hit the
Yes,
to get the
FSC
get the
team
law
and-
finished.
And all
Yes.
them lawyers. And a couple of ministers, too, you know, who was there, remember them?
Oh yes, because
Mr.
the
Charles,
and,
Mr.
Samuda.
Samuda, yes.
Yes,
Miss Favour Williams.
yes. Okay. Yes.
All those people come, you know, to
Yeah,
make
because
sure.
part of the legislation
Yes.
committee. Yeah.
So thank all the ministers and everybody.
And we're working to start January 2020. That is our plan. That is the action which we are hoping to complete. And then
but
we'll be joining.
you shouldn't close by not thanking the parliamentarians, not you? It's the
Oh, yes.
opposition and everybody.
Yes,
because
in
don't
truth and in
everybody
fact,
support
no, in
and-
truth and in fact,
Yeah,
I was very
everybody
amazed
support,
when
yes,
when this bill went to Parliament at the amount of
good
support it got
from
in
the
both
opposition.
houses.
Mr. McNeil
Yeah,
talk nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody.
And everybody.
Both sides
Both
of the house. They actually had sensible questions,
Yes,
and they actually gave some modifications,
Mm-hmm.
and they were sensible, practical modifications that were added
And the
because they were
union-
added
the
to
union people,
and the
remember?
union members in the house,
Yes,
in the
House.
Senate,
Yes,
yeah,
in the Senate in
and the House,
particular,
in the
who-
Senate, yeah.
And everybody. And
Yeah.
I want to
Well,
thank
yeah,
you. Thank
yeah.
you all.
Yeah,
on
that was a good
behalf
that was
of
good
all the workers
participation.
of
That
the
was good participation for sure.
Very good.
Yeah, good.